Hello, everyone. This is Kristen Howe, and I am so excited to welcome you to our call with today's guest, Larry Crane. Now, Larry is a two-time best-selling author. He's earned 16 gold records and 3 platinum records. He's been written up in Time Magazine, TV Guide, New York Daily News. He's been interviewed on dozens of TV shows, including The Today Show, and has been a partner of billionaires such as Jay Huntsman, the richest man in Utah, Clint Murchison, the founder of the Dallas Cowboys, and many more. The effectiveness of his method has been verified by researchers of Harvard, Columbia, Pennsylvania, and UCLA universities. Now, Larry is a self-made millionaire and the director of the world-renowned Release Technique, which is known by thousands as a fast way to get rid of negativity on the spot. The Release Technique is not a system of positive thinking or inspiration. It's amazingly simple and astonishingly profound, and it's an actual experiential technique designed to eliminate hidden subconscious blocks and negativity and literally change your conscious and unconscious thoughts that are standing in the way of your optimal health, happiness, abundance, and success in all of the areas of your life. Now, Larry is known as the coach to the coaches and has taught the Release Technique to over 100,000 graduates worldwide, including Fortune 500 executives, athletes, CEOs, authors, thought leaders, celebrities, healers, and people from literally every walk of life so that they could begin to let go of the emotions, stress, and energetic subconscious blocks that are holding all of us back from the abundance and joy that is our birthright. And the amazing part is that Larry is here today to do the same thing with you. Now, on today's call, you'll discover how to get financial independence. It's as easy as that. You'll discover how to erase unseen, lacking beliefs about your financial life and receive complete peace around your financial situation. You'll also discover inspiration to follow your dreams with gusto that you have never experienced before, and you'll find out how to dissolve all the blocks that are standing in your way of you living the life that you really want. So, Larry, I can't wait for the call. You can hear how excited I am. Thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome.
Thank you, Kristen. It's always my pleasure to be with you.
Oh, it's so exciting to have you here, and the line is filling up. So again, everyone, you can press *2 if you've called in on the phone to work with Larry directly. And after hearing that intro, you can see why you'd want to work with Larry directly. So again, that's *2. So Larry, let's get started with this. I'd love to hear a little bit about you, have you introduce yourself, and maybe even share with us some of the major turning points that you've experienced in your life that have allowed you to manifest your current level of extremely high success.
Well, I grew up in a relatively poor family. We lived in a basement. To me, the rich guy lived on the 6th floor. And my father worked 6.5 days a week to put food on our table. And I put myself through school working many, many jobs. And when I graduated, I saw some of my friends making lots of money. So I became this aggressive guy, like, get out of my way. I'm taking what I want. And I climbed my way to what I call the top. I had businesses all over the world. I had hundreds of employees working for me. I was partners with people in the White House. I was partners with billionaires. I once had the rights to run concerts at Radio City Music Hall. I had many, many different opportunities that most people never, ever occur in their life, but I was also miserable. So one day I came home to my penthouse after Time Magazine had written an article about me, and I walked over to the terrace about 6 o'clock on a Friday night. I seriously thought of jumping for 2 hours. Here I had everything the world says is supposed to make you happy, and I was miserable. I know what happened to and Elvis Presley, who I also knew, and Whitney Houston, I knew her too. And what happens is when you get everything the world's supposed to make you happy, it's confusing as heck. Fortunately, I wasn't into drugs or drinking, so I never turned in that direction. And I stood there on a terrace thinking of jumping, and then I thought to myself, well, wait a minute. Let me examine my life. And I noticed that I just wasn't happy, and I wasn't willing to jump. So I decided that I was going to find an answer. What that answer was, I didn't know what it was. And I stumbled into a couple of New Age courses over the next couple of years and not finding answers. I was working really hard at it. I still was unhappy. And one day a man came in my office and told me about the release technique and introduced me to a man called Lester Levinson, who had discovered the technique, and he discovered how to uncover the mind and how to fix all the mental viruses that we have, every one of them. The doctors told him he was 46 years old, and 42 years old rather, and he had two massive heart attacks. He was a physicist and an engineer, and the doctor told him that he had a few days to live. And so he went home and he started to go into the mind. And he noticed that at times when he was positive and well, which wasn't that often, he had every illness you could ever think about. And the times when he was sick was when he was never negative. So he said if he can get rid of all of his non-loving feelings, which constitutes getting rid of your negativity, could he get any better? Now, being a scientist, you must prove things to yourself. Anything and everything is provable. It's not just talking about it. And that's the real true learning. The release technique is an experiential learning course. If your mother tried to talk to you how to walk, you'd have still been in the crib right now. You couldn't understand her. She wouldn't have been able to explain it to you. But you were determined to walk. You took her by the hand, and something clicked, an experiential thing that happens, and then you started to walk, just like you ride a bicycle. Exactly. And the release technique is just that. And all of a sudden, something clicks, and all of a sudden, the true answers start coming to you, and you started getting in touch with real love. Once you become in touch with real love, then your pocketbook gets fixed, your health gets fixed, your relationships get fixed, and everything is automatic. It just comes right to you. But most people are not aware of it, that they already have it inside them, and they're looking just like I was for somebody to do it for you. And here I had all the toys in the world, and I still was miserable. So once I learned the technique, my whole life changed. I got more successful without any effort at all, really easy. And I got happy. That's more important than anything. So people got it backwards. They're all waiting. If only I had money, I'd be happy. If only I can get my back fixed, I'll be happy. They don't get it that what happens is money doesn't bring happiness. Happiness brings money. Backwards. First, you got to be positive, and then things get fixed. If you're not positive, things are not going to get fixed, and they're never going to fix. If you're sitting on this call and you're thinking about all the things that you'd like to change in your life, and you're sure you have a host of them, you'll notice they never changed. They never do change, because the mind is only creative, and you're holding in mind what you don't want. If I say don't lose money, what's the picture you get? Losing money. And the mind is nothing but a computer. So when I ask my computer for some information, and I put the information in the computer, garbage in, garbage out. If I put garbage in, it's going to spit it back to me. The mind does not discriminate, doesn't even think any more than your computer thinks. It's a computer, and it spits out what you put in. So if I type in gobbledygook, anytime I ask it about gobbledygook, it's going to give it to me. It doesn't say, what are you putting that in for, Crane? What's the matter with you? It doesn't say that at all. It just takes in anything you put in. So this is a way of getting rid of anything that bothers you and turn your whole life around in a relatively fast way.
Okay, so for those of us that have not experienced the release technique, can you just give us a quick overview of what it is, and then we'll get into the juicy stuff?
Well, I'm not going to ask you anything personal because it has nothing to do with anything. Remember, Lester was an engineer and a physicist. Yeah. Quantum physicist. So everything in the universe is energy. Your feelings are energy. When you're frustrated and angry, it's energy. And when you're fearful, those energies can be dispersed. They're dispersed. So we show you step by step how to do it. Not psyching you up, not, talking to you. It's a waste of time, but showing you how to do it.
Mm. Okay.
I'd rather show people how to do it. You see, I can't tell you how to ride a bicycle.
Larry, one quick question. Is this something that can be used to get financial freedom, to feel peace around our financial life, all of that? I mean, is it really something that can do that?
Absolutely. You see, Henry Ford said, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. That's it. That's it. Those people, the big moguls and so on, they're much clearer than we are. They're less negative. And that's the only reason they're successful. You see? Less things bother them. They don't get stopped by I can't, I shouldn't, I better not. they just keep moving along, see? And you can do the same thing, just get rid of your I can'ts. And we show you how to do that. Here's a person, I got an email today just now, just a few minutes ago before we got on the air. And they just finished the financial freedom course. And she said, years ago I was told I had paranoid schizophrenia. They said I'm going to paraphrase it. The doctor said that I could never get rid of it. It was just a chemical imbalance in my brain, and they didn't know how to get rid of it. And now after taking the course, he's 100% free of that. Paranoid schizophrenia. And on top of it all, his life has got easier and easier. The doctors can't figure out what happened. They don't know how to do it because they don't know how to release. And all these thoughts that he thought were silly thoughts, instead of resisting them, he just lets them go and they turn into love, 100% love. And on top of it all, his income has tripled. His finances just start turning off like crazy because over the past 4 weeks, it just disappeared. And also talking about snowstorms, he said there's been a lot of snowstorms in his area over the past 4 weeks, and it allowed him to stay home and be able to use the method and still get paid. But he realized he was demonstrating nothing but making money, so all he did was think bigger and allowed the snowstorms to dissipate in his area. And it goes on and on and on. And this is why I do this. I get at least I get 10 or 15 emails a day, every day, of this nature.
Wow. So this really is, this is a path to, as we were talking about, dissolving any of the blocks that are standing in your way of living the life that any of us here really want. So whether it's financially, whether it's we want more inspiration, health, whatever, this is the way that we dissolve all the blocks. And trust me, everyone, as I've been through this with Larry before, it truly is amazing. And you can feel blocks dissolving literally on the call as Larry talks with people. So again, I'm going to start calling on people just because really the impact of this call comes when you feel what happens when Larry is working with people. And that's whether he's working with you directly or not, and you're following along. So Larry, you ready to jump in, start working with people?
I am, yeah.
All right, I know you are. Okay, so we've got, it looks like someone in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Are you there?
Yes.
Hi there.
Okay, so how can I help?
My name's Howard, and I've been in a situation where I have a lot of opportunities. It seems like I sabotage them right before they happen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you see, your mind, which works like a computer, is running you. So you're not running it. It's running you. So I'll show you how to turn that around, at least to begin with. All right.
Okay.
Now, can you see that you've been trying to figure out why that's happening and how to stop it?
I have.
Good. So go ahead and ask your mind if it knows how to stop what you're doing. Just ask it.
The immediate yes.
Well, why doesn't it stop it? It sends you here, there, and everywhere, Howard, but it doesn't end it. If it had the answer, when I ask an answer on my computer, it gives me a definitive answer. It doesn't tell me 49 answers. But one answer he does tell you, and it's something that everybody has one of these. We all have a program that says when I don't get an answer, I beat myself up. Now, can you see you've been disapproving of yourself?
Yes.
So
yes.
How does that help you in any way, shape, or form?
It doesn't.
And who's been doing it?
I've been doing it to myself. Yeah.
You've been doing it. So now if you're doing it and it doesn't resolve the situation, now you need to make a decision. I'm going to be positive and love myself, or I'm going to be negative and beat myself up. What do you decide?
I want to be positive and love myself.
Okay, so could you let go of disapproving of yourself, Howard? Yes or no? You said you're doing it, right?
Yes.
So could you let go of disapproving of yourself?
I disapprove.
I know, but couldn't you let go of disapproving? You said you're doing it, right?
Yes, I am doing it. I could let go.
All right, could you let go of disapproving of yourself?
Yes.
And could you let go of disapproving of yourself a little bit more?
Yes.
And could you let go of disapproving of yourself some more?
Yes.
And could you let go of disapproving of yourself a little bit more?
Yes.
And a little bit more?
Yes.
And more?
Yes.
And even more?
Yes.
Now, could you give yourself a little approval?
Yes.
Yeah. Could you give yourself some more approval?
Yes.
Could you give yourself a little bit more approval?
Yes.
A little bit more approval.
Yes.
And a little bit more approval.
Yes.
And more.
Absolutely.
And a
yes.
little bit more.
Yes.
You feeling a little lighter? A little more positive?
I am. I'm smiling again.
Exactly. Now that smiling place is inside you already. It's called love. But it's inside you. It's not outside you. The problem is we're looking outside of ourselves to have it when we already have it. So it showed up really easy. I call it beingness. It's a knowingness. It's love is what it is. So could you allow that to expand?
Yes.
And could you allow it to expand some more?
Yes.
And could you allow it to expand even more? It's energy. Just allow it to expand.
Yes.
And more.
Yes.
And what are you experiencing now?
Form of peace.
Right. Okay, so unfortunately we think that peace of mind has to do with money. It doesn't. It has nothing to do with money. Peace of mind is a quiet mind. And you had an agitated mind. And that mind drives you crazy with that, see? So right now, could you surrender your mind to a quiet place called beingness? Could you let beingness take you wherever it's going? What you got to do is say yes, Howard. You can always go back to listening to that garbage pail if you want. So
yes.
Try it. Could you just surrender your mind to beingness?
Yes.
And let beingness take you wherever it's going?
Yes.
And what are you experiencing now?
Just here.
What?
I'm just here.
You're here, you said?
Yes.
Okay, well, what are you experiencing? A light feeling, a numb feeling, or what are you experiencing?
Light, relaxed.
You're just not used to it. Now, could you allow that to expand even more?
Yes.
And more.
Yes.
And more. Now,
yes.
beingness will talk to you. You see, we've been ignoring it and listening to a thing called the mind. And the mind is nothing but a computer. And every time you beat yourself up and every time you put your program in that said, I'm no good, you put it in a computer, then it spits it back at you. That's all it is. It doesn't think. It has no ability to discriminate. It's just giving you back garbage that you put out. And you heard the expression garbage in, garbage out. So that's what it is. But beingness doesn't have any garbage. So ask beingness if it's possible for you to be successful. What does it say?
Yes.
It says yes. And ask beingness what you have to do to be successful.
Stay focused on one thing.
All right. And ask beingness if it's if you need any negativity to help you at all.
No.
Right. Okay. So could you just allow that beingness, that love, to expand? It's a nice warm feeling. Notice it's moving all over your body. Do you notice that?
Yes.
And it's feeling nice and warm all over your stomach and your chest area?
Absolutely. Yes.
All right. That's the love that's inside of all of us, except we've been ignoring it because of lack of clarity. It's in every one of us. Love is something that you can't, it's there. When you love, you have more and more of what you learn to love yourself totally. You can do more when you love yourself without limits. You can be whatever you want when your life comes complete. It's just easy to take care of. And it just keeps getting better and better. Love is always present within you. It's there all the time. Love is the answer. Love is healing. Love is transforming. Love is strength. Love is power. When you love, the true unconditional love that we're talking about, it's the most powerful tool in the universe. The biggest problem is we don't know what love is. We haven't really experienced it. For most of us, when I get what I want, then I'll love myself. If you do what I want you to do, I'll love you. If not, I hate you. So we're stuck in a thing called desire, which causes misery. If you look up the word desire, it's one of the most negative words in the English language, or any language. Okay? So how would you like to feel this way all the time, Howard?
I would love to.
Well, it takes a practice and a skill. So we're going to let you know what you can get and how to get it and how to use the tool, so you can practice on your own and happen the way thousands of our graduates are experiencing. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Howard. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Howard. Okay, you ready for someone else, Larry?
Absolutely.
All right, I know you are. Here we go. We have someone in Los Angeles, California. Are you there?
Yes, hi.
Hi, who's this?
My name is Debbie.
Hello, Debbie. Okay, Larry, take it away.
Okay, hi, Debbie. How can we help you, dear?
Hi, Larry. Well, it's interesting. So the fellow before me, it's kind of similar, though I've really been at this state. I have an awareness about my mind and my heart, and really doing, moving in the direction of feeling from my heart, feeling from love. And doing my best as I can at each moment to quiet the mind. I'm going through some amazing transformation right now where I'm finding the chatter coming up so much. And so I know you just did this process with this gentleman, and it didn't work for me.
Okay, well, what would you like to accomplish, dear?
Well, okay, so in terms of, I'm very abundant. I feel very abundant and blessed with what I have. Let's say,
are you abundant, or you just feel abundant?
I am abundant,
okay,
and
all
I
right,
feel
good.
abundant.
So yes. How can I help you?
In terms of my work and maybe fears of future.
Okay.
Future abundance. And then in terms of work, when I know I have things to do, there is something within me that doesn't want to do the work.
Okay. All right. It's real simple. Okay. So go ahead and ask your mind why it doesn't allow you to do what you like to do. Ask it. It doesn't know, does it?
No.
So asking something that doesn't know is like looking in an empty file cabinet. Some of us will do that for years.
Right.
Years and years.
Right.
Now, can you see you're frustrated about it?
Right.
Now, on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the most frustrating and 0 being the least frustrating, where would you be?
At this moment, in terms of where I am in frustration?
Yeah, you can only release where you are in the moment.
Right. I'm really frustrated. I'm at a 9.
Okay, good. So I can show you how to dissipate the frustration right now, but you're going to have to do something totally different than you used to doing. Are you willing to do that?
Yes, I am.
All I need you to do is to say yes to the frustration. That's all.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why. All right? Now, if you want to delete something in your computer, and who developed computers is minds. That's who developed. They didn't get just developed by itself. So minds work like computers, and computers work like minds. And computers are built so you don't take it apart by accident and hit the wrong button. So before it lets you delete anything, it says, are you sure you want to delete me, yes or no? And if you don't hit the yes button, it doesn't get deleted. The mind is the same thing. That frustration is screaming, saying, Debbie, I want out of here. And because you don't like it, you're saying no to it. So all I need you to do is to say yes to the frustration, and it'll get deleted. So could you say yes?
Yes.
And say yes again.
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 Yes.
And again.
Yes.
And say yes some more.
Yes.
And say yes some more.
Yes.
And some more.
And yes. And yes.
You notice you're starting to smile?
I've been smiling a long time.
All right. Say yes again. Now,
yes.
on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the most frustrated and 0 being the least, where would you be now?
In this moment, I would be at a 2. And
all right, so we went from a high number to a 2 right now, right?
Mm-hmm. And
you feel a lot lighter, right?
Yeah, but I still, in my heart, I have constraint.
Yeah, I understand. Because your head, it's not in your heart, it's in your head. You're in your head. So right now, ask the frustration. I'll work with that too.
But I feel it in my chest, is what I'm saying.
I understand. That's where the energy is, in your chest area. And that's your body screaming, get that negative out of here. Like if you eat some poisoned food, your body would have you throw it up. When you go to the bathroom, your body lets you know you have to go to the bathroom. Now that's your body letting you know that you got some negativity and it wants out of there. But you've been fighting with it, you see? So could you just allow that energy that's in your stomach, your chest area, open up, let go of pushing down on it, let go of judging it, and just allow it to pass through?
Yes.
Now, is it moving?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's feeling lighter, right?
Just want to cry.
It's all right. Just let it go. It's another feeling coming up. Don't push it down. It's not a big deal. You're just washing your eyes. You took a shower in the morning. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
All right, now, what are you experiencing now? A little lighter?
Yeah, really.
All right, well, when I took 0 to 10, where would you be now?
I'm at a 3.
All right. Now go ahead and ask the frustration if it wants to leave. Talk to it. Say, follow me.
Well,
Frustration? Do you want to leave?
Frustration. Frustration wants to stay.
No, you're in your mind. Wait, listen to me, dear. Don't talk to your mind. Talk to frustration. Now follow me. Say, frustration. Say
Frustration.
it. Do you want to leave?
Do you want to leave?
Now what does frustration say? Listen, frustration.
Why? Because I don't talk. It's funny.
Okay, listen,
when you say it that way, it's like I want to talk to my peace and have the peace come in. You know what I mean?
Well, why don't you just do it right now?
Okay.
Because your mind don't know how to do it. Your mind is a noisy piece of equipment which only knows noise. It doesn't know peace. You've been practicing positive thinking, but it doesn't help you much, you see? So right now, would you be willing to do something totally different right now so you can experience the peace that you're looking for?
Yes.
Would you?
Yes.
Okay. So could you see that you want to control the whole experience?
Mm-hmm.
So wanting to control is a lacking control feeling, an out of control feeling. So
Correct.
Could you let go of wanting to control so you can experience being in control?
Yeah, totally.
And could you let go of wanting to control so you can experience being in control?
Mm-hmm.
Now, which feels better, having control or wanting to control?
Yeah, having control.
Okay, even a 5-year-old would tell you that one. But adults don't tell you that so fast. So could you let go of wanting to control so you can actually have control?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And could you let go of wanting to control so you can have control?
Yes.
And does it feel more like you have control, or do you still want control?
Right. You feel like you have control.
Okay. Now, do you feel a little lighter now?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And is your mind are you getting quieter right now?
Yes.
And what about the contraction in your stomach, your chest? Is that dissipated?
It's dissipated. It's still there because then.
Okay. Well, cause of nothing. When you go to the bathroom, or you don't go to the bathroom, what's going to happen to you?
You'll still need to go.
No, you won't. You're mentally constipated right now.
Okay.
Because you're not powerful enough to let that energy go. Boy, if you were going to the bathroom, you'd eventually get very sick, lady. Now that energy is screaming, saying, I want out of here, and you're not letting it out. Now, could you decide to say yes to it so it could leave?
Yes.
And could, I don't believe you.
Well, you see, I have a question.
No. You're talking to somebody that knows the difference between an ego and the difference between saying yes, really meaning it.
But I have a question.
I know you do. You're loaded with 49 questions. Go ahead.
So, because let's say with your last caller, and with me as well, it will be great in this moment, but it's the question of when we get to that next moment. And
the next moment is what you do is we show you how to do it step by step, so it goes from moment to moment, and you let go of the feelings that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Right now. Could you let go of the way you feel right now to see if it gets any better?
Yes.
And could you let go of the way you feel and see if it gets any better?
Yes.
And could you let go of the way you feel and see if it gets any better?
Yes.
And could you let go of the way you feel and see if it gets any better?
Yes.
And could you let go of the way you feel and see if it gets any better?
Yes.
And could you let go of the way you feel and see if it gets any better?
Yes.
And could you let go of the way you feel and see if it gets any better?
Yes.
Now, do you feel a little lighter?
Yes.
And you see what we're doing? We're knocking out what was bothering you a little bit at a time.
Right.
Can you see that? Are you less bothered or more bothered than you were 2 seconds ago?
No, I'm less bothered because I'm in the present moment.
That's the only place you were, but you were holding on to the past.
The future. Yeah, the past and the future.
Total waste of time.
Right.
You've been parking your happiness. You're going to be happy when you can feel peaceful. Now, how are you going to feel happy when you're negative?
Right. So you're saying to ask
positive gets you peace.
Of course.
Not the other way around.
Right.
A lot of people are saying, I'll be happy when I get some money. That's not the way you do it. Positive gets money, not money gets happy. Backwards.
Right. But I'm not talking about money.
No, I understand. You're talking about feelings.
Mm-hmm. There's lots of kinds of abundance.
Oh, okay, I hear you.
Yeah. And so when a person gets stuck, like if I get to a place of feeling stuck again, just ask those questions that you have asked me to myself.
If I could touch you on your head, dear, right now, and fix you for the rest of your life, I'd be happy to do that. And anybody that tells you they can do that is a liar, because you're in charge of your mind. I'm not. Mm-hmm. I could just show you what Les Levinson showed me, but it takes a practice, and most people are not living their life like they'd like to live. It takes a practice. But I'm trying to give you a small demonstration of it, and it sounds like you're in a hurry for me to do it right now in this second.
No, it's a matter of when we're off the call. It's not just for, it's for each moment. You understand what I mean.
I know that. That's why we have a whole course that we show you how to do, which comes with a money-back guarantee, and it helps you step by step how to do it. Plus, it also comes with free coaching. So if you ever get stuck, you call up somebody that's specially trained to work with you, and you get unstuck.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
All right. My pleasure, Debbie.
Thank you.
All right. So who's next?
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Debbie. And let's see. We have someone from, it looks like, Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm opening up the line. Are you there? You're in Phoenix, Arizona.
That might be me.
And that is you. Who do we have here?
No, if you know how we tell if you're in Phoenix, Arizona, you speak Arizonan. You have to say you
right.
bet. You didn't say you bet.
Yeah, you betcha, he's right.
Do you know how to speak? Do you know how to speak Arizonan, Kristen?
I do now.
Yeah, no, everything you say. How's the weather? You bet. You know how to get to Central Avenue? You bet. That's it. You bet. Okay. All right. So how can we help you, dear?
Does this work with health issues as well?
You bet. I lived in Arizona for a long time, so I know. Lester lived there. Yeah. It works on anything.
Well,
what would you like?
I was born and raised here. We've had a lovely 80 plus degrees for the last week. It's beautiful.
All right. So what would you like to do? What would you like to work on?
I'd like to. I'm sorry. What?
What would you like to work on?
A health issue.
Okay. So you have a specific health issue?
I do.
Okay. So go ahead and ask your mind if it knows how to get rid of the health issue.
Yeah, I've done that. It doesn't know how.
And it sends you to doctors? Yeah, if they got them in Arizona, they're loaded with them. And they're practicing on you. And you have to be patient while they practice on you. And they're not getting any results. They want to pill you. They want to do that. So anyway, can you see that you're disapproving of the illness?
Yes.
Oh, how does it help you get rid of the illness?
It doesn't.
All right, so you got to do something different. So now you need to decide: I'm going to love myself, or I'm going to beat myself up. What do you decide?
Love myself.
Okay, so could you let go of disapproving of yourself?
Yeah.
And could you let go of disapproving of yourself a little bit more?
Yeah.
And could you let go of disapproving of yourself some more?
Yeah.
And could you let go of disapproving of yourself even more?
Yes, I can.
And even more.
Yes.
And even more.
Yes.
And could you give yourself some approval?
Yes.
And could you give yourself a little bit more approval?
Yes.
And could you give yourself even more approval?
Yes.
And a little bit more?
Yeah.
And some more.
Yes.
And some more.
Yeah.
Now, you notice you're feeling a little warmer and you're starting to smile?
I'm giggling, actually.
Yeah, I know. That's the love that's inside you. Now, can you see that you were disapproving of the diagnosis they gave you?
Well, I haven't actually had a diagnosis, but I'm disapproving of what is there. Yes.
Okay. Well, you're holding it in mind. You're holding it in mind.
Right.
It won't go away.
Right.
So could you it's like hitting it with a stick.
Yeah.
You see, that's what you're doing. So could you let go of disapproving of it?
Yes.
And could you let go of disapproving of it some more?
Yeah.
And could you let go of disapproving of it some more?
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
And could you give it some approval? Positive never hurt anything.
How do I do that?
Could you like it? You know how it feels to dislike it, and it ain't going away, do you? Huh?
So if I tell it I like it, it won't keep growing.
It'll disappear.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. We got people got rid of every kind of illness you could think of. You name it. Cancers.
See, that's interesting because it's almost counterintuitive. One would think that if you are...
Well, that's what you're using your mind. Go ahead and ask your mind if it knows how to get rid of your illness.
Well, yeah, it doesn't. I know.
Well, why would you want to ask something that doesn't know? You sound like a smart lady. Why don't you ask the Three Stooges how to do that? It doesn't know. If you're asking the doctors, you're asking the Three Stooges because all they know is they just studied medicine, so they want to pill you or operate on you.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Or therapy, and they'll kill you.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Barbaric.
Absolutely. My mother and father both. No, my mother wouldn't take it. She lived for another 10 years after. She wouldn't take it, and she had bone cancer. And the doctor, she was living in Florida, and the doctors gave her a double mastectomy. When I brought her back to New York to Sloan Kettering, they said, you never cut anything off when you have bone cancer. But she was able to learn. I got her the technique. She was nearly dead when I got her back here. And I got her the technique, and I worked with her, and she lived for 10 years without any pain and never had to go to the hospital again.
I'm in complete agreement with you there.
Okay, so we'll show you how to do it. But look, right now, could you turn your mind over to beingness? And could you surrender your mind to quiet?
Yeah.
And some more.
Yeah.
And some more.
Yeah.
And could you let go of trying to separate yourself from the bump, from the growth?
Yeah.
And could you surrender to the growth?
Yeah.
And what are you experiencing now?
Probably relief.
Yeah. Is it feeling a little lighter now?
Yeah.
And can you see that you parked your happiness? You know, you're going to be happy when the growth goes away. How's that going to happen when you're negative?
Yeah.
So right now, could you allow yourself to be happy in spite of what's going on?
Yeah.
And could you allow yourself to be happy in spite of what's going on some more?
Yes, I can.
And could you allow yourself to be happy in spite of what's going on some more?
Yeah.
And some more. So you're starting to laugh. And more. Well, that laugh is the same as love. And love and laughter are positive. You see? And positive gets rid of negativity. Negativity never gets rid of positive. So how does it feel now? Could you allow that positive energy to expand?
Yeah, I'm feeling warm in my heart space.
All right. That's the love that's inside you. It's always there. Love is always present in you, except we look away from it. So could you allow that love to expand all over your body?
Yeah.
Taking a steam bath.
Yeah.
Just allow it to expand all over you. Any true master talks about love. How does it feel now?
Comfortable and easy.
Okay. Now, Can you see that you've been worried about it?
Oh, sure.
That's extremely negative. Doesn't get rid of you at all. So on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the most worrisome and 0 being the least worrisome, where would you be?
Well, probably about a 3 at this point.
Okay, because it's going down. If I asked you before we started, it would have been 10.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now just say yes to the worry. That's all. It wants to leave. It's asking you, please, I want out of here. Just say yes to it.
Okay, just say yes to the worry.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
And say yes some more.
Yes.
And say yes again.
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 Yes.
And again.
Yes.
And what are you experiencing now? On a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the most worrisome and 0 being the least, where would you be now?
Well, probably about a 1 now.
Okay. All right, now this is going to surprise you, but please follow me. Say worry. Say it. Worry.
Worry.
Do you want to leave?
Do you want to leave?
What does it say?
Yes.
It wants to leave. It's just like a computer asking you, hey, I got something to delete it. Could you say, can you let me delete it? See, it knows you're the owner. But unless you give it permission to leave, it's not leaving. So just say to worry, I love you, worry.
I love you, worry.
I really, really love you.
I really, really love you.
I love you if you leave.
I love you if you leave.
And I love you if you stay.
And I love you if you stay.
I just love you unconditionally.
I just love you unconditionally.
So on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the most worrisome and 0 being the least, where would you be now?
I have to giggle again. Probably close to a 0.
Right. Now, take a look. Is it more possible for that to be healed or less possible?
Well, it certainly feels more possible.
Okay, but now beingness is with you. Love is with you. And love is the most powerful force in the universe, unconditional love.
Right.
It's the most powerful tool you can imagine. Love is the answer. Love is healing. Love is transforming. Love is strength. Love is power. And if you love the world, the world will come towards you. So right now, could you just turn yourself over to love? I call it beingness. Could you be one with beingness?
I can certainly try.
And you need to do it. Can you turn yourself over to beingness? You always go back to beating yourself up. It's okay.
Good. Yeah.
And could you be one with beingness some more?
Yes.
And could you turn your mind over to beingness and let beingness take care of it for you?
Yeah.
And what are you experiencing now?
Kind of a calm peace.
Right. Now, let's talk to beingness, which has different answers than your mind. Ask beingness if you can get rid of the illness. What does it say? Don't let your mind sneak into this game, because it's not going to give you the right answer. Beingness is totally spontaneous. Ask beingness if you can get rid of the illness.
I did, and the first answer I got was yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because, of course, beingness would know the answer.
Absolutely, and your mind will tell you no. It will tell you to beat yourself up and tell you to figure it out and spin forever.
You betcha.
Because it doesn't have any answers.
Right.
It has very limited answers. So how does it feel now?
Light.
Okay. And now, could you surrender? Could you surrender to the what, you have a growth?
Yes.
Huh?
I'm sorry, what?
You have a growth?
Yes.
Could you surrender to the growth? And let go of trying to separate yourself from the growth.
Yeah.
What are you experiencing now?
I feel like I want to cry.
Okay. Now, can you see you got a picture of that growth?
Yeah.
You got a story that they told you, right?
Sure.
Okay. The story's in your head. There's a television show called I Dream a Genie where she evaporates on command out of the bottle.
Right.
You allow that story to evaporate and dissolve.
Yeah.
And tell me when it's gone.
We live with our stories for so long. It's interesting to try and...
Well, just allow it. No. Just allow it to evaporate and dissolve. It's not a fun story. Is it?
True.
So, allow it to evaporate and dissolve.
Okay.
And tell me when it's gone.
It's gone.
So, do you have a problem right now?
I'm not sure.
Well, would it be okay if it was gone?
Yeah, sure.
I got thousands of people who use the technique and get rid of every illness you ever heard of, including cancers, breast cancers, Lyme disease, epilepsy.
Fabulous. Wow.
Mother-in-laws, everything.
You name it.
It's a way of dumping any garbage that you have.
Thank you so much, Mr. Crane. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you, dear.
Thank you so much for being here and for doing that. And Larry, you have so many success stories. Well, I just want to let you know, I've been seeing a bunch of people. So I've got someone that just typed in, yes, this is working. Someone else went, oh, this is really working. Someone else, my mind is clear for the first time in years. Someone else said, I can't stop laughing. So even people who are just sort of following along as we work with the people here on the call are already feeling a release, which is such an amazing gift. And I just want to thank you for that, Larry. We actually don't have time to work with anybody else, but what I want to do is, because this is really incredible. And as Larry said, there is a money back guarantee. So everyone simply click on that special offer button that's right there on this page. We've made it really simple for you. It takes you right there. And Larry, I'd love if you could let us all know what we're going to find there.
Okay, it's a step-by-step of how to take you through the release technique. Just what Lester showed me. Lester Levin just showed me how to he got rid of his heart attack. He had a couple of days to live, and it was gone.
Wow.
So it's 30 sessions. 30 sessions you get. It's downloadable, and you get a workbook with it, and you get free coaching. I don't know that anybody does that. And it comes with a money-back guarantee. And it's a step-by-step of how to do it. So even if you felt that it wasn't working, the smart thing would be to call up the support line, and the support people will help you once you have the course. And then if you still want to send it back, which is very rare, then you can just send it back. You get a money-back guarantee and no questions asked. We have a lot of bonuses in there for you. We also have bonuses by Lester Levinson, tells you how to get rid of stress, how to get rid of negativity, how to expand your awareness so that you can have financial freedom with ease, how to get rid of fear and worry once and for all, how to get rid of frustration and anger, how to get rid of guilt, how to get rid of what Lester calls happiness and relationships, how to master your body. You get all these free bonuses, ridding yourself of stress. There's over 30 free bonuses here. And each one of them is not just talking. It's not a lecture. It's showing you step by step of how to do that. Okay, you get Lester's life story. His autobiography is a book called No Attachments, No Aversions. It's really, Lester's a true master. And you get another book called The Ultimate Truth, which anytime you turn to a page, it's the perfect book. You just turn to the page, and there it is, the perfect answer for you. But more important is what we show you in the course. It's a step-by-step like I've been doing now on every situation that you can imagine. So the time you get finished, you'll have the tools to do it yourself.
Wow. And I love that, Larry. You said it before that you don't, most people, you don't hear anything about any free coaching. That is really a remarkable part of this program. So it really is, if they're struggling or they're, they have a question, they pick up the phone and they call in. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah. Monday through Friday from 9 to 5:30 Los Angeles time. You can call up, and we got people standing by, and we'll answer your questions that I specially trained.
Wow.
We also have once a week, every Wednesday, we have a free teleconference with hundreds of people going on a call that I conduct, and I talk to you personally. If you have any questions, we just help you release. It's not an intellectual thing. It's not a discussion about anything. And you show people how to release on the telephone if they get stuck.
Wow.
And it just
Very
keeps
cool.
getting better and better. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. Is there anything, and what I love about you is that you're so very direct and honest, so I know that you're going to give me the direct and honest answer. Is there anything that you have run into that this actually just really does not work very well for?
Yeah. It doesn't work for somebody that's really not interested in it.
Okay. All right. So there's no area of life, if it, relationships, finances, health, it's pretty much everything.
Very, very few people ever return it back.
Wow.
But
okay.
if you do, after you exhausted talking to a free counselor, I don't know why you'd want to send it back, because they'll help you.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So.
And I have lots of people who are talking about financial freedom. This has been tested by University of Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And they have studied the University of Pennsylvania. Andrew Newberg and Mark Waldman have studied all kinds of ways of quieting your mind and tested it, from monks to people meditating to everything you can imagine. I met him and I said, we have some students who have a quieter mind than a monk, and I'll prove it.
Wow.
And so we sent some people down to the University of Pennsylvania, and I put them in a MRI machine, which measures the activity of your brain. And Mark came back and said that this technique is better than anything he's ever done, including meditation, including mindfulness, including anything he's ever seen.
I love that. I love that you've got the scientific backing as well. And, this everything you've put together, it's just really fantastic. I have to say thank you again for, working with people on the call. I think that's such a unique experience for people to have. Like I said, you can simply, if you're on the internet, you can click on that special offer button that is on this page, and it will take you right there. And that's it. This has been an amazing call. And Larry, I'd love to know, do you have any final thoughts that you want to share with us before we leave you tonight?
Yeah. The love that you're looking for, the positive energy, can only be accomplished by love. Most of us have a chemical imbalance, and our immune system is broken. And the immune system is broken in every area, including finances, including health, including relationships. And the only thing that can fix an immune system, that's centuries of stress that's been built up in us. And the only thing that can fix that is true love. Only thing that can fix it. So love is the answer to transforming yourself. Love is the answer to healing. Love is the most powerful entity, but we just don't know how to love. When you learn to love yourself, the world is yours. When you love to love yourself, you live in the highest energy, and it's there for your asking. You don't need to do anything. Nobody can give it to you. You have it inside. You're ready. You're already liberated. And what awareness is and what awakening is awakening to what you are. Unfortunately, we're dreaming a negative thing, that we're a body and we're a mind, and we have to listen to a mind and we have to listen to a body, which takes you down the wrong path. So the release technique will get you back on the path. You'll be able to experience exactly what I'm talking about anytime you want. And once you see what it is, you will not stop until you get the totality of experiencing having your life being easier and everything falling in your lap without any problems. Just smooth as easy.
I love that. And I know, all of these people who are here, this is an extraordinary group of people. You've been with me for so long, and I so appreciate that. And I know that you're all looking for freedom and ease, and you can have that. And it is here. And as Larry said, it's who you already are. So this is a fantastic way of getting there. Larry, thank you for everything that you've brought to this call. It has absolutely been a joy to be here with you. And people, it keeps pouring in. Like someone just put, I have MS and I felt the release. So there are lots of things still pouring in. Everyone listening, you are extraordinary. I love being able to share this time with you. And that's it. I thank you all for being here. And Larry, I thank you again for everything you gave us.
All right. My pleasure.
Talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.